Ignite your engines, you're on the grid with Motor Maven. Today, we're diving into the electric vehicle market, which, contrary to popular belief, isn't accelerating as fast as it once was. Auto manufacturers are well aware of this, yet they continue to push dealerships to stock up on EVs. They're even demanding hefty investments in EV eligibility programs, despite the uncertain future of EVs. It's no wonder industry experts are predicting a rough road ahead for dealerships if they're forced to sell EVs. Here are 7 reasons why we agree. Reason number 7. The EV market is hitting the brakes. The push for dealers to sell EVs could be heading for a crash, given the significant slowdown in EV growth. The boom years of 2021 and 2022, with growth rates over 90%, are over. By 2023, growth had halved to 50%, and by early 2024, it was down to a modest 15%. The early adopter phase has passed, and the rush to own a zero-emission vehicle has cooled. The middle class, driven by practicality and value for money, is expected to embrace this new technology, but it's not an easy sell. Car makers still have a long way to go in making EVs appealing to the average buyer. They're expensive, not particularly convenient, and still have limited range. Dealers are acutely aware of this and are concerned that a continued push for EVs could jeopardize their business model, as there simply aren't as many potential buyers as car makers would like. Reason number 6. EVs are a tough sell. The slowdown in the EV market is just one side of the coin. The other side is the significant increase in the production of electric cars. During 2021 and 2022, supply chains were unstable and interrupted, but now they seem to have stabilized. However, car makers based their production plans on the success of these years, which turned out to be a temporary surge rather than a lasting trend. With the growth now stalling, we're seeing a significant imbalance between supply and demand. Some sources suggest that EV production has increased 5-fold over the past year. With the aforementioned 15% growth in January, it's no surprise that the market day supply has skyrocketed. While we don't have the most recent data, back in late 2023, it was already well over 110 days. Today, that number is likely even higher. From a dealership's perspective, stocking up on EVs at this time is a risky move. It could potentially slow down sales, impacting their profits, while the high market day supply rate indicates their capital could be tied up for months. Reason number 5. Hefty investments. The days of peak EV growth and disrupted supply chains are behind us, and we're now in a more stable era. As a result, markups and profit margins are nowhere near what they were 2 years ago. Instead, dealerships are finding it increasingly difficult to sell electric cars. Order cancellations have become commonplace, and it's going to take months to clear the remaining inventory. Meanwhile, car makers are not only pushing dealerships to sell EVs, but also to invest heavily in new programs that would make them eligible to sell electric cars. These requirements are steep, starting with building charging stations and other infrastructure, staff training, and more. In some cases, things have gone so far that Ford has required its dealers to keep their fences open overnight to ensure that chargers are available 24/7. For Ford dealers, this complete eligibility program could cost each dealer between $500,000 and $1.2 million, depending on the program they choose. GM is no different, as it's been pushing Buick dealers to invest around $400,000. Understandably, nearly half of them opted for a buyout, which we'll discuss in more detail shortly. Before we venture further, we'd appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button. This supports us in connecting with more auto aficionados just like you. Now let's change lanes and navigate towards our next point. Reason number 4, the North Carolina Uprising. Dealerships are more than just unhappy about being forced to make substantial investments in EVs. In fact, we've seen what can only be described as a rebellion among some dealers. Specifically, 46 dealers from North Carolina lodged a petition against the Model E certified program, which requires dealers to make the aforementioned investments. The petition highlighted several issues with the program, arguing that it represents an excessive intrusion by Ford into the daily operations of dealerships. The petition states, through the EV program, Ford seeks to coerce dealers into expending huge sums of money unnecessarily in order to continue selling vehicles they are already authorized to sell. Ford's EV program will serve to reduce the number of Ford dealers in North Carolina and further restrict consumer access to electric vehicles, particularly those citizens residing in parts of North Carolina outside of the largest cities. Reason number 3, Buick dealers opting for buyouts. GM dealers, particularly those selling Buick vehicles, are also facing a tough road ahead. GM has presented them with a stark choice: invest heavily or accept a buyout. This is part of Buick's strategy to go all electric by 2030. However, dealers are skeptical, especially given the slowdown in the EV market. Adding to the confusion, Buick currently doesn't offer a single electric car. Despite this, the brand saw a significant reduction in dealerships last year, from 1,958 to around 1,000. The option to buyout remains, potentially leading to further decreases. Officials assure there's no cause for alarm, claiming the dealer network is still adequate. Interestingly, most dealers who opted for a buyout were smaller scale, contributing to about 20% of total brand sales. Reason number 2, dealers backing out of Ford's electric program. Last year, Ford launched its Model E program. Initially, Farley announced an agreement with 1,920 out of 3,000 Ford dealers nationwide. The Blue Oval Company offered them a choice: upgrade their facilities to support the EV transition or miss out on selling EVs. They could opt for a certified elite program or a cheaper certified one. Out of these, 1,659 dealers initially chose the higher level, while 261 went for the certified option. However, with the EV market faltering and Ford delaying EV investments, some dealers decided to prioritize their sustainability and step back. 53 dealers who had signed up for the Certified Elite program withdrew their applications. Additionally, 24 scaled down their ambitions and switched to the cheaper Certified program. To prevent further withdrawals, Ford relaxed some requirements, such as selling a minimum of 25 EVs a year and providing 24/7 public access to their chargers. Reason number 1, the rise of direct sales. Perhaps the most significant concern for dealers is the shift by many automakers, including Ford and GM, towards direct sales. This model, pioneered by Tesla, eliminates the middleman and focuses on electric cars. The goal is to enhance the customer experience in line with the trend towards online shopping. This allows buyers to customize their models, receive offers, and access finance programs at their convenience. Ford launched this program in February, and it's clear that dealers are not thrilled. The company made a low-key announcement about the new platform, which currently only sells the Mustang Mach-E. Other automakers are developing similar programs, aiming to help buyers avoid dealer negotiations and potential markups. This shift towards direct sales is causing unease among dealers, as it could significantly reduce their profit margins on EVs. That's all for today, Motor Maven enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay in the loop with the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.